So, on this episode, we are going to talk about how burnout is real. I'm going to specifically talk about it in business, but this definitely can be related to your everyday personal life as well. Back, what was it, in May last year around this time, I ended up going viral on IG, Facebook, and TikTok, and I was on cloud nine. I was excited. Everybody was calling my phone, giving me praise. People on the internet was giving me praise. Yeah, I got some hate, but most of it was praise. And I was just on cloud nine. Well, I didn't know the other part would come. I became depressed, I became overwhelmed, and I started to kind of hate what I love to do. Ain't that crazy? Like, how can you hate something you do? And I do this full time. So I was like, this cannot happen. So a lot of people didn't even know I was going through that because I kind of just kept it tucked under because in my mind, I'm like, do I tell them how I feel? And will they understand? Because they're like, girl, you just went viral. You about to be making all this money. But in the back of my mind, I'm going from doing 6 custom shoe orders. If y'all watching the video, y'all can see these shoes. Like, look at this. I'm literally putting these stones on one by one. So my business is Uniquely Creations. Just to give y'all a little background, I do customized shoes, and I preferably my specialty are Converse. So when I'm putting these stones on these shoes, I'm literally putting them on one by one. And I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse because some people don't understand that business, that part of the business. And I'm going from doing 5 to 6 orders a month, being comfortable, not comfortable, but being okay with that because I only have a set of hands. So I don't have anyone else to help me. So going from 5 to 6 a month to going to 30 to 40 orders in one lump sum. Crazy, right? So I kept going back and forth like, should I close my website? Should I keep it going? I got some people over here saying close the website. I got some people over here say, girl, keep that website open. Get them orders. They know that it's gonna be a long wait. But yes, they customers know that, but at the same time, they want their product. So I was like doing tug of war. So what I ended up doing was I ended up closing it for maybe an hour or so. Then I was like, you know what, y'all, you right. So I opened the website back up. I'm gonna just tell you right there, that wasn't smart of me to do. But I've always wanted to go viral. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, I never wanted to go viral. Yes, we all want to go viral. It's that instant gratification. It's like, oh my gosh, people actually see what I've done because I've been doing this since 2018, 2019, and I went viral in 2022. So it's like, dang, it's my turn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited, full of emotions, but also on the back end, I got anxiety. But I can't show y'all that because a lot of people look up to me and they inspire. So I'm like, okay, Jill, keep pushing. You got this. You got this. But in the background, I'm melting. Like, can I do this? Can I do that? My brain is overwhelmed. I'm trying to respond to everybody. And like I said, at this time, it's just me. So I had to quickly hire a virtual assistant. That was the last episode we talked about how to hire a virtual assistant. And she was helpful. She helped me get things more organized, right? Because without that organization, I don't know how I would have been able to get through those orders. Well, now we're May 2023, and I've completed all those orders. I did have some help, but that went neither near that went I don't know. We could talk about that on another episode. But I did have some help, which they helped me do about 10 pair of shoes. So that still left me with 30 plus, and I really felt like I'm getting these shoe orders done and they just keep piling up. And my friend was like, how many shoe orders you got left? And I'm like, oh, I got 10 left. And then I talked to her next week. She's like, how many you got left? I'm like, 13. It just really felt like a never ending thing. And when I tell you, I really did start to hate what I was doing. Like, that sucks, but that's what happens because I didn't know what I could do until it happened. And what I mean by that is when they say know your limits, know your limit, know what you can do per month. If you know you can only do 10 custom orders, don't do number 11 just to get an extra set. Don't do number 11, order number 11, sorry, just to get more money. Like, yes, I understand get into the bag, no sleep, wake up early, all that stuff. Like, I used to believe in all that stuff in my beginning stages, but now, where I'm at now, and I know what I know now, I'm not. I'm not getting to the bag like going crazy like that. I'm not losing no sleep. Now, are there going to be times where you know you may lose a little sleep here and there? Yes, because that happens. You may have some orders that have a deadline and you have to get them done by a certain day. But don't let these social media gurus or don't let these people on social media fool you, because a lot of them have a team. A lot of them have automations. A lot of them don't even really have to be present. They have a whole team, like I said, posting for them. So yes, they can get to the bag because they may just have to do the things that they actually love to do. They don't have to do the social media market. They don't have to do the email marketing. They don't have to do the content post and trying to figure out what reel to post. They don't have to worry about that. So I don't want you to be so stuck on that. And then what ends up happening is you become burnout. So I always tell people, now that I have a virtual assistant, I say, what are the things that you do not like to do? I know for me, I don't like to do emails. I don't like to think of descriptions for my posts. I don't like to think of well, I love content, so I ain't gonna say that. But it's just like those little things. The little things really can make a big deal. So the things that you don't like, write it down and go hire a virtual assistant, whether it's somebody that you find online. But like I said, I talked about that in my last episode, so you can figure that out, how to hire a virtual assistant and what to do on last episode. But I was embarrassed to get online and say, guys, I'm burnt out, because it's like, how can you get online and say I'm burnt out from doing something that I love? And I just keep emphasizing that because a lot of us are burned out, but we don't want to tell people because we don't know if they're going to really like understand us. And I feel that because it's like I'm a full-time entrepreneur. My friends and stuff, they work a 9 to 5. So they looking at me like, girl, what is you talking about? Like, what you mean? Like, you okay? You know, you can go to work when you want to. You can set your own hours. And I'm telling you this because these are the things they have said to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jill, you can make your own hours. You don't have to go to work every day. And it's like, no, I have to keep coming into my office suite every day, showing up every day, because yes, I make my own hours, but I'm working harder now than what I did in my 9 to 5 because I don't have a set to-do list or daily task. I mean, you do, but you really don't. I don't have things like, oh, you got to have this done by May 12th at 5 p.m. or you got to have this done, or we need this by a certain day. It's like, no, if I don't show up consistently, I won't have any money coming in. So I asked my friends this and I said this, and it wanted to be smart, but I did say, when do you get paid again? And just say, they said, oh, on Friday. And I said, you know, when I get paid again, I don't know. So I use that to say, like, this is really what it is with being a full time entrepreneur. And the things that I've learned with burnout and how and what I did. So it started to get to the point people so let me back up. So when I post any type of content about shoes, people are always asking me, can they place the order? You know, what's the price and everything like that. So it got to a point where I was talking to my friend. I was like, I really don't want to post shoes anymore. Um, because the questions started just started to become too much. So I did end up having a waiting list. With my waiting list, I have over 600 people on the waiting list. And like I said, I only have a set of hands. Um, so it just caused a lot of anxiety. And then people messaging me like, I've been on the waiting list for so long. And I'm like, I understand, but I'm trying to get people order. I'm trying to take orders as I can. So what I've done to eliminate some of this stress is, of course, now we know we're only going to take a certain amount of orders per month. And then I'm starting to do ready to ship. So, as again, if you're watching a video on YouTube, I started off doing partial shoes. Um, these will be ready to ship. So what that means is I'm going to get shoes, and I have shoes at home that I'm going to customize to what I feel the customers will like. Now, you can still customize two things. You can customize your shoelaces and you can customize the side of the shoe to your liking, whatever you like, but everything else is already as is. A lot of people, I got feedback, they said they actually like that idea because they really just want a pair of shoes. Now, a lot of people, they are really into wanting the full bling. That takes a lot of more time. So I tell them, if you get partial shoes rather than getting the full shoes first, you'll get them quicker. You'll get those shoes within 2 weeks. So you don't have to wait a long time. They're cheaper. And so, you just kind of give them the benefits of those as well. But think about things that you can do in your business that can help you lessen some of that stress. I've talked to other crafters that's in the bling industry, and they also have went to ready to ship because they also like They were spending time with their spouses, they were losing time with their family, and most importantly, they were losing time with themselves because you're dealing with other people. Customers, sometimes they get agitated, they get frustrated, they're annoyed, so they may not talk to you in the best tone or say the right things to you, and then they put that frustration on you, or vice versa. You put that frustration, like when customers say, when my order going to be done, it causes frustration because it's like, I'm trying to get all these things done. So I always tell people, make sure you rest, whether that looks like relaxing, maybe taking a nap, maybe going to the bookstore, maybe exercising, maybe eating right, maybe just doing nothing. Like whatever that looks like to you, make sure you listen to your body. And that was one thing I didn't do. I didn't listen to my body. And I was so tired. It would be to the point like I would go home, I would come to the office and I would sit here and I would look around and I would be like, not today. And I will go home and sleep all day. Nobody even knew that because they thinking I'm working and I'm going coming here, looking around saying, I can't do this today. And I done it like 2 days in a row. And I was like, okay, Joe, you have to get it together. Just rest and get yourself back. So I feel so much better. I'm in a better headspace. Oh my gosh, like this is making me emotional. Like I'm in a better headspace because I really was like going down and nobody knew. Like they just looking like you a boss, you making all this money. I'm like, where the money at? I have to dish out all of this money, like supplies, everything. Like being an entrepreneur is hard, and people don't really talk about it. They always talk about. I can, me and a friend were just talking about this. I can show you how to make seven figures in 30 days, or look at my new Benz, look at my new condo, look at my aesthetically pleasing house. And we get so caught up and we like, oh my gosh, I gotta have that. And we're running for that. I love my Kia Sorrento. I love my Kia Sorrento, my SUV. I love it. Like it's okay to have regular things to be a regular person. And that's just one thing I just said to me. I was like, I'm not about to be cloud chasing. I'm not about to be trying to figure out how to make $10,000 in a month, because what ends up happening is each month now I feel like I have to beat that. So if I made 10,000 one month and then the next month I made $5,000, now I feel like I'm a failure. And that is what's happening in this world, in this community, just in life. Like we we're trying to get to the bag, whatever that looks like to you, whatever is getting to the bag looks like for you, work on that. Don't think about this girl got this boutique and she's selling 100 lashes a day. This guy got this candle business and he's selling 50 candles a day. Like, focus on what you want to do in your goals, because when you don't, you're chasing other people goals, you're chasing other people dreams, and then you fall short and then you cause burnout, because when you burn out, who is going to be there to help you? Like, realistically, who is going to be there? I said to myself, if I am not well enough mentally, and that comes with physically, if I'm not well enough to do what I have to do, the business cannot run. There will be no Uniquely Creations. There will be no podcast. There will be nothing, because then I would probably have to go check myself into a facility, like being real. So I will also say too, if you can, even if you're against therapy, try it out. I've done therapy in the past, but I just reached out to a therapist within the last week, and they within the last week, because I'm like, it's time to get back into it. I have a mentor, she checks in on me. And one of the things she tells me, she texts me and she said, Jill, are you doing self care? Work about self care. So we think self care is just about, oh, go get our feet done, go get our hair done. And that might be self care for you. I'm not saying that ain't, but you have to do something internally for you. So for me, self care is being peaceful. When I go to the library, I feel so great. The library has always been my safe space. When I go to the library, I just feel like I can't be touched. It's peaceful. I love it. When I'm by myself, I'm an introvert. So I like to be by myself. And I don't know, just learn things about me, read books. I'm trying to get back into reading more. And I want to say too, when it came to being burnt out, I didn't have any boundaries, which I have an episode on setting boundaries because that is very personal. When you don't set boundaries in personal or business, you get burned out quickly because you're saying yes, yes, yes. And for me, it was, oh, you need some shoes done within a week because I'm trying to get to the bag. Okay, let me squeeze you in. And I'm glad I said that because I want to mention this too. When it comes, if you do rush orders, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. I'm going to give you guys an example. So I was blessed to be able to do shoots for Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. Right. This is in the midst of me having to complete all these viral orders. I get a blessing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this blessing. God bless me with this. And I put their shoes in front of my other customers. Of course, I'm like, they're celebrities, like top notch celebrities. I gotta get their shoes done. Well, that kind of backfired on me. Um, People were I don't blame them either, so I'm not complaining, but they got impatient, was like, okay, I've been waiting too long for my shoes. Like, I want a refund. So while I'm doing Gail and Oprah shoes, I'm out here dishing refunds. You know what I'm saying? Losing money just to trying to get their shoes completed. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what's going to come from this, but I'm like, this is a great opportunity. Take it. You can add this to your portfolio. This is the things that I'm thinking. Did I gain anything from it at this moment? Not right at this moment. You know what I'm saying? I right now all I can say is I've done shoots for Oprah and Gail. I didn't even get any pictures yet. I'm like, Oprah, if y'all listen to me, if y'all hear this or y'all know somebody, I need some pictures. But no, all jokes aside, I'm dishing out money in the back end. And I'm posting like I did shoes and people like, oh my God, congratulations. I'm like, thank y'all. Thanks. But I just had to dish out almost 600 some dollars, 600 plus dollars to people that no longer want to wait. So that goes against setting boundaries, knowing your limit, because I should have said thank you for the opportunity. Y'all might be like, girl, you crazy. But honestly, I probably should have said thank you for the opportunity. But right now, at this time, I cannot do it. But if you do rush orders, this is what I'm going by going forward. If you want me to do a shoot, if you contact me next week and say you need a shoot for your birthday, you're going to have to pay twice the amount. And the reason why is that because I've learned that if I'm bumping you in front of other people and they've been waiting, and then if I do your shoot order, it's going to go over the wait period for them. Now I'm not going to lose out any money. If I refund them, your your sale is going to compensate for your shoe and their shoe, and that's just how I'm going to roll personally. If you want to take that, roll with it. I think I honestly, I sometimes I be conversing with one of my friends, but this time I didn't converse because I said this is what I'm going to do, and that's how I'm going to do it, just going for it. So I have had people on Instagram. They say they're burned out. They say, thank you, Jill, for talking about these talks. Thank you for having these real talks, because when we get to these spaces, we don't know who to talk to. We don't know what to do. What does it look like for you? Everybody burnout looks different. Like I said, I was burnt out, and all my friends and stuff. I'm just, I don't want, one thing about me, I don't want to put my problems on other people. If I'm truly, truly going through something and it's bothering me, then, I will reach out. But other than that, I just try to keep going, keep pushing, because we all have our own problems, some bigger than others. But who am I to say your problem is bigger or smaller? So that is just some of the things that I've went through when it came to being burnout. And also, I do want to leave y'all with this one quick tip or one quick thing. When you think about your next post, think about you going viral. So the next thing you post, you go viral. You're getting a lot of email inquiries, a lot of DMs, people calling your business phone, people commenting. How would you deal with that? I want you to think about that whenever you get a chance after the podcast, you listening to it or you watching it on YouTube. Think about that. And I want you to say, who can you call to help you? If you need help, who can you call? Whether it's labeling packages, taking them to the post office, putting thank you cards in your packages, helping you with your orders, who can you call? That's two. Can you hire a virtual assistant? If you need some tips on that, listen to the last episode. Getting a virtual assistant, and what can you do right now to get you set up mentally if that was to happen? Because I'm telling you, mentally is going to break you. I don't care what nobody's saying, it's going to break you, especially if you're a solopreneur. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really wanted to get this off my chest. I wanted to talk to you about this and give you a personal experience and say that there's people that may be going through burnout right now, and you're close to them and you have no idea. So one thing that I do, or I'm trying to do weekly, or at least every 2 weeks, I text all my friends and I say, hey, how you doing? How's your mental? Sometimes they say I'm good. Sometimes I get people texting me paragraphs saying, thank you for asking me. Nobody has asked me this. This is what I'm going through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Burnout is Real, because baby, it is real. And you can follow me on the podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast, Bling Talks with Jill Lee, Bling Entrepreneur Talks with Jill Lee. Um, Instagram, Uniquely Creations. YouTube, Uniquely Creations. TikTok, Uniquely Creations. And our website is uniquelycreations.com. Thank you for listening.